Hello everyone, welcome to the final part in my multi-part series Keto 101. In this part, I'll be reviewing some common lab work to ask for. Now, for those of you in my international audiences, these may be a little different in your countries. So a lot of these recommendations are based on labs that we can access in the US or in other countries where you have access to online, order your own labs, websites and portals. So I'm just going to give you an idea of what I use in metabolic health to help test for how your body is loving what you're doing. To test or not to test? That's always what I get asked. I believe that testing your daily fasting blood glucose and ketone levels tells you a lot about what your body's doing with the foods you're eating. Testing is very cheap. It's very easy to do at home. You can obtain a meter that, for example, Keto Mojo has the complete kit for about $60. You can do your own testing at home. Again, for my international viewers, these meters and kits may be not available to your country, but just check to see what meter you can find that you can order that tests both glucose and ketones. Most of the cheaper meters, the ones that are widely available, only test blood glucose, which is helpful, especially if you're trying to really reduce your blood sugar and work with your diabetes or pre-diabetes. But I think ketones tell you a lot about what your body is doing with the fat sources you eat. So I recommend, especially at the start of a ketogenic or low carb approach, that you test every morning while fasted. It truly will give you a lot of ideas about how your body's doing with the changes you're making. What is the common annual blood work to ask for? Some of these are things your doctor runs every year. Some of them they never run. These are the things that I use as a metabolic health practitioner to really see what is somebody's metabolic health like. What is their body actually doing? So a metabolic panel, it's sometimes called a comprehensive metabolic panel or CMP, pretty common for your MD to order. A CBC, a complete blood count, and I go over these labs in my Blood Work 101 series. So check that out. I posted that summer of 25. A lipid panel, which talks about cholesterol. A fasting insulin level. Bet you've never had one run. If you have a metabolic health practitioner, you will, because fasting insulin tells us about how much insulin is your pancreas having to crank out to keep your blood sugar in control. High sensitivity C-reactive protein is a marker of inflammation in your body. C-peptide can also be a marker of inflammation in your body. Hemoglobin A1C, what is your average fasting blood glucose over the last 3 months? And vitamin D levels should be checked every year. A lot of people that I see in my practice have vitamin D levels that are 10 and 19. Oh my stars. They need to have levels between 50 and 100 for good metabolic health and good bone health. So ask your doctor to run these. For my postmenopausal women that have health issues, bone metabolism issues, these are some more biomarkers that I ask them to ask their doctor to run every year. Of course, the ones I've mentioned are basics. That's a basic metabolic panel in my opinion. For women in this age group and with these diagnoses, I like for them to run estradiol. You can also run that in men if you're suspecting some higher estradiol levels. Progesterone in women, testosterone in both women and men. Now, for bone health, these are essential. If you're diagnosed with osteoporosis and your doctor has never run these, ask for these. These markers tell you what is the status of your bone building and bone breakdown in your bloodstream. A DEXA scan is only part of this picture. C-telopeptide, which is CTX. This one isn't easier to run. It's a blood marker. Some doctors run the NTX version of this, which is in a 24-hour urine that you collect. It's quite a bit more labor intensive, but a CTX is just a blood test that you can have done. P1NP, which is a bone building marker. Your parathyroid hormone levels, which influence your bone health, and your phosphorus levels that also influence your bone health. If you have been diagnosed with osteoporosis and you have never had these run, I would remind your doctor that you need to see the foundation for some of your bone health problems. Again, general health, just like I said. These are just simple. Ask your doctor to run these. See more information on all of these labs in more detail in my Bloodwork 101 series that was posted on my channel in summer of 25. I also recommend, if you have access to these, not sure about other countries, but in the US, we have access to online lab ordering platforms where we can order our own. So Own Your Labs is one, very cheap, very easy to use. And Life Extensions is another. They have all the common lab work that I've mentioned, very, very reasonable prices. And you have these labs drawn at a local LabCorp. Thank you for viewing my Keto 101 series. I hope it's been very helpful for you and educational. Please comment if it has been helpful. If you missed the first 5 parts, go back on my channel and review parts 1 through 5 that go into great detail on the use of the ketogenic diet in health. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next video.